Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all. Clean Slate 17.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
That last one was really strange.
You turn more and more into Tom Waits every episode. It started off like Clean Slate number 1,
Yeah.
Clean Slate number 9, Clean Slate 17.
The next episode will just be me hitting a glass jug with a rubber insole. You have to guess what it is.
Now you're turning into Shep Sherry.
That's right. I'm going to be a different weird musician.
Exactly.
Speaking of weird musicians.
Yeah,
This
look at
guy's
that
not
intro.
one. We have a guest for this Clean Slate. He is from Motor City Soundtrack, and he has an awesome new podcast called Bizarre Albums, and another great podcast that you did with Todd Cooper called Feliz Navipod.
Yes.
Is that RIP still going?
It has
On a break.
become seasonal, and hopefully we'll be back, times and schedules permitting.
Sure.
Wait, so you're telling me Feliz Navipod is seasonal?
Well, it didn't used to be.
I know, that's the whole thing. It's like it's Christmas all the time.
Yeah.
Which I'm 100% for. I once decorated my whole apartment in July for Christmas in July and left it up for the whole month.
Nice.
Just to be like, yeah, now it's Christmas here.
Yeah, I didn't go that far,
That's
but
fair.
I just,
You could tell people that you did because it was a podcast. You'd be like,
I know.
I bought all these decorations.
Right. Well, I guess, yes, to maintain the illusion. Yes, I did that too. They're currently
Exactly.
up. Yes.
You're wearing all these Christmas lights right now.
Yeah. It's like the RuPaul's Drag Race podcast that they have where they're like, sure, we're all dolled up right now. You can't see us. We each spent 4 hours getting ready to come and record this podcast.
I actually believe that. That I believe.
Well,
But I'm young. Tony, tell us about, we'll talk about it a little bit more later too, but, I love this idea of bizarre albums.
Thank you.
Tell everybody about it so they can, and then everybody download it. You should be downloading it anyway, but
Yes, pause this.
pause.
Go download.
right.
Go
Wait, no.
Then come back. Please come back.
No, that's
they're gone.
optional.
That's true.
Optional.
They've already, we already lost them.
Well,
My name's Tony Thaxton, by the way. I don't know if that was said.
I did say Tony
okay.
Thaxton. I
All right.
thought I did.
I thought we'd like
Hal,
immediately
you
got-
are embarrassing me in front of Tony
I don't
Thaxton.
know.
Well, maybe now I look like it.
Everybody knows Tony
yeah.
Thaxton.
Oh, it didn't come out. I almost said
You
it.
almost
and then I
said it.
stopped myself.
Oh my goodness.
I'm usually good about not swearing. And then the second you're like, oh yeah, we don't swear, then that's when they come
We
out.
bring it out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Bizarre Albums is my new podcast, and each episode, they're short, they're only about 15 minutes long, but it's packed full of little tidbits. Every episode focuses on a different record that was either released by like an actor, or an athlete, or a fictional character.
Oh,
sometimes,
amazing.
Sometimes like when a band just suddenly took like a really strange turn in style or direction. And so, it's like super heavily produced. So lots of, clips of like interviews and song clips and everything. And I just kind of tell the story of how this record even came to be. And then I also then get into the record and, find out like who worked on the record, like produced or played on it and who wrote songs for it. Cause a lot of times that's what was blowing my mind about it. And what kind of got me to thinking maybe I should make something out of this was because I was just going down these rabbit holes anyways in my spare time.
Yeah.
And then when you start looking into these things, you're like, oh, all these like really legit, credible people were involved in this crazy album that all these wrestlers put out or whatever it is, and it's pretty, it was entertaining to me and fascinating to me. And, so yeah, I just started trying to make a thing, and I'm having a great time doing it.
I have a couple of albums that came to mind immediately. You mentioned
Please.
wrestlers.
Yes.
You have Randy Savage's gangster rap album.
It is on the list.
Okay,
yeah.
wow.
I have definitely heard it, and there are a lot of wrestling albums.
Isn't there also
Because wrestlers, they're performers.
Yeah.
So, and they like, I can do this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can wait for everybody to hear me rap. That's what I'll be known for instead of wrestling. Isn't there an album like Muhammad Ali and the Tooth Fairy?
Oh.
I think there's some I know he's put out an album at some point. It would be crazy to imagine he didn't.
Right.
Or how big
yeah,
of a star
that's
he was.
That's why this kind of seems like this could be this like endless thing for me, because I have a giant list going of things to get to, and people are telling me new ones all the time.
Yeah.
Albert Finney's album. Put it on the list.
I did know about that, but I haven't.
I've got it on vinyl. If you need to borrow it.
All right.
It's amazing.
Nice. But yeah, Muhammad Ali. That's news to me.
What's your favorite? Or what did you start with? What was the one that launched the ship?
Actually, the wrestling album
That was the wrestling
the WWF put out in 1985.
Oh, yeah.
And the first as of the point of this recording, only 2 episodes are out thus far. I did the wrestling album and then The Simpsons Sing the Blues.
Oh,
And
I remember Simpsons Sing the Blues.
Yeah, it's the crazy thing to me about that one is it was wildly successful, but that was also only in 1990. Season 2 was airing when that came out, so like The Simpsons wasn't even good yet.
Yeah.
Like if we're being honest,
It hadn't blown up to the degree that it would a couple of years after that.
Well,
it
it
was getting
was-
there a little.
Was it
like,
Do the Bartman?
yeah,
That was,
and that's the thing. It was like that era of like when it was all about Bart,
yeah.
Bartmania was sweeping the country,
Yeah.
and so that was the focus, and it was like wildly popular somehow. But yeah.
Who knew that The Simpsons would do something that would turn out to be wildly popular?
Yeah.
Right, but then going back and checking out this album, not
Yeah.
Not the best work.
Does Bleeding Gums Murphy play on the album, or had he died by then?
He's kind of the inspiration for the entire album happening, because the episode where Lisa meets him, they do a little thing called the Moaning Lisa Blues, which then
Right.
that thing they make like a new arrangement of it for that album. So that's on the album, and that's kind of what gave them the whole idea to do this record.
Right.
Wow.
And that's the only song that was ever even in any of the episodes.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's a very strange thing.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to more episodes coming out and more bizarre albums.
Thank you. Yeah.
In the meantime, would you like to clean the slate with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Why not?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we get all these topics. This one, I put out the call. I said, send me your clean slate topics. These are topics that are small enough. They don't really deem like a 45-minute episode to discuss them. So, these are 11 topics I have. Probably 10.
These are definitely 10. One of them I will just not do.
To do.
No, because it's gross. It's not what we do.
I don't know.
We'll skip it.
Maybe at some point we'll do it. All right. This first one is from Ken Valinsky,
Hi, Ken.
who was my acting teacher in high school.
All right.
And
Is this one all about your acting style? Like,
Yeah.
hey
what
guys,
is-
settle something for me. Hal Lublin.
what's his best role?
Yeah.
Of all of them.
Of all of his high school roles.
He had a good one though. Whiteboard or chalkboard? I mean, it's either one's a teaching tool or for brainstorming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the tactile nostalgia of a chalkboard, but those things are a mess.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to bang erasers at a whiteboard. A whiteboard's much smoother, flows a lot better.
It looks nicer too. It just,
Yeah.
even the sensation of, I mean, obviously there's the whole nails on the chalkboard thing, but,
Yeah.
which is bad. But I feel like every element of that, like I don't even like thinking about touching chalk. Like I'm not even really a big fan of
Yeah,
that.
the
It
whole
makes you
thing is a
dirty.
gross mess. Like,
yeah.
Did you ever, like, when you were a kid, if your fingernails, this isn't even like scratching it, but your nails are a little too long and you're too close, and then your pointer finger catches a little bit,
Yeah.
and it's the worst. I gave myself chills down the back of my neck just thinking about it.
this question feels kind of like, it feels like a buggy or car. You know what I mean? Like, one of them was clearly replaced by the other one thanks to its superiority.
Is an overhead transparency, does that count as a whiteboard?
No.
I
That's
would
a
say
totally
no.
different thing.
Did you ever have, when I was in college freshman year, I was taking a physics class, brag, and the teacher he had hung a video camera over the overhead because it was a larger classroom,
Mhm.
and what he was doing on the overhead was being projected onto the screen. And it was like a pencil with some duct tape, whatever it was starting to slope. So it looked like the camera was going to fall, and it was happening slowly over the course of the class.
And that's the only thing anyone focused on.
Well, yeah, as it got closer, people gasped, and the teacher looked up and he went, "Am I in danger?" And then looked up and noticed that it moved, and completely calm, Like part of me thinks he was ready to die. Like Shazam.
Was there hopefulness in his voice?
Yeah,
Like,
it was
the candle underneath the rope that was holding up the camera that gave that away.
Then another class, he had a guy coming up behind him in a black cloak with a knife. A mind changer again.
I'll tell you a great use for the overhead projector is if you are in school and you are doing a play and you want to paint a set. You want to paint a backdrop for a set. That is just about the easiest way to draw your paint by numbers that's going to become the backdrop of a set is to use an overhead projector.
Oh,
you're just like tracing it basically.
Yeah.
Kinda,
otherwise you're like, you're way too close to it and you're drawing this big thing and then you step back and you look and you're like, oh, that looks terrible.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah. You would trace. Yeah, it was great. You would put an overhead projector out in the house, shoot whatever image, like, you have a small version of the image of the backdrop, project it up onto the stage. You have to have it super dark in there because it's real far away. And then just trace the outlines. Take the overhead projector away and you've got a perfect paint by numbers for your set. Pretty crazy, right?
Hot tip.
Little theater tricks.
This was at Loyola?
No, Loyola? How dare you? No, this was at Farragut High School.
At Farragut High School.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's one great use for an overhead projector. But it's got to be the whiteboard, right?
I would definitely go that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
As cool and fun as chalkboards are.
You have a little whiteboard that you write stuff down
I have
on.
3 little whiteboards that I write stuff down on.
I use one at work all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it was chalk, it would just be a gross mess.
Yeah.
Although, and here's a tip, by the way, because I know, because chalkboards you erase, and every once in a while you have to do a wet wipe, and then it looks brand new.
Mm-hmm.
For a whiteboard, you use a hand sanitizer. Put it on a napkin, wipe it down. It's brand new. Completely takes all the old ink off.
Because for the ones here, I just have like Lysol sitting around, and Lysol does the same thing. But
I've just been using whiteout on it. Am I doing this wrong?
That's bad.
No?
That's really bad.
I mean, it gets rid of it.
Now it looks like
it's
stucco.
a lot thicker now, but
you did give me
whiteboard.
You did give me a thought there, though. One thing that the chalkboard has over the whiteboard is no one is ever going to mistake a Sharpie for a piece of chalk. And I have done that on a whiteboard before, where you write on it with a Sharpie, and then you go to erase it, thinking you've written on it with a dry erase marker, and then you're like, well, I've ruined this classroom.
And it's all like, you were like, it'd be really funny if I wrote a curse word really big on this board.
And signed it.
And then I'll erase it. It'll be a joke just for my brain.
It's just for my brain. Oh, God. But I don't think that mistake, the Sharpie mistake, doesn't trump the chalkboard. Correct?
I don't think so. But serious question. I haven't been in a classroom in quite some time.
Right.
Have whiteboards replaced chalkboards, or are chalkboards hanging on?
I think it's kind of a mix. A lot of places, a newer classroom will either have a projector or it'll have a whiteboard set up.
I hadn't thought about it till this moment.
Although it does, I will miss like my example for this is in Catch Me If You Can, when he's pretending to be the French teacher and he's writing and you hear the sound of chalk on a chalkboard is really kind of pleasant and feels authoritative.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, all right, class, I need your attention.
Did you guys ever have music class in school? Mm-hmm. Did you have the?
Did you ever take any music class?
Yeah, well, of course. You, the musician from the band.
Yeah.
Did they ever have the 5-part the 5-piece chalk holder? So we had.
So you could draw.
So you could draw the music lines across the board. Our music class, we had this. Yeah, it held 5 pieces of chalk.
You're like Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly. You were like, you were a chalk Wolverine. Yeah. Who could read music? I assume Wolverine could read music.
Sure.
Right?
And it was actually chalk that came out of his hands.
Yeah.
And then they put metal on it.
Yeah.
And then he
instead of snicked, it was talked.
Yeah. You ever put stuffed chalk into the eraser as a joke? So when they tried to erase it, it drew more.
We used to do that all the time.
As they went.
Yeah.
That was such a scam. All right, it's dry erase board. It's whiteboard.
Well, you had to do something at Jesus' Friends School.
It's the Religious Society Friends, Abington Friends School.
Oh, okay, that's what it's called. The second oldest school in the country.
Yeah, that's right.
Second oldest.
Private is, our rival school. Our school was founded in 1697. I think 2 years after our rival school.
Wow.
Yeah. This battle is waged since before the country was even an infant.
This battle of we're the first,
hurts.
no you're not.
It hurts so badly. It hurts.
All right. That was asked and answered.
Asked
what do we
and
got?
Answered. Avery W. Krause asks,
Hello, Avery W. Krause.
bowling or laser tag? I guess it's for a birthday party.
Yeah.
I never had a bowling birthday party ever. Did either of you?
Well, wait, no, it doesn't say birthday party though.
I know, but it
It just says
sort of feels.
Yeah, why
like
does it have to be a birthday
just for
party?
an outing.
I just want to know. Fine, don't answer my questions. My gotcha
I'll
journalism.
answer your question. I have not had either
Neither.
a laser tag
Yeah,
or
neither one.
bowling birthday.
Yeah, I've done because Goldenberg did a laser tag birthday.
That's his birthday, not yours.
Yeah. Oh no, like ones that
He's not here.
You're talking about ones we've attended or ones that we've thrown?
Thrown.
Yeah, I don't know that I have thrown either of those. What do you think, Tony? Between since that is the variable that has been eliminated.
Yeah, I am. I'm more of a bowling man. I'm old school that way, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have played laser tag a couple of times, and I always feel like I wanna like it more than I have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one time, actually, the first time I ever did it was the most enjoyable because my friend had bought like the stuff to do at home. What is the way I want to say that? The guns and the whatever.
Yeah.
But
The vest with the little sensors and all that.
Photon kit. I think I had Photon as a kid, which was the not laser. I think laser tag was the cool set.
okay.
Yeah.
And then Photon was.
It was the GoBots of
Yeah.
laser tag.
the GoBots.
Laser
Yeah.
tag.
So this friend worked in an office building, but the like 3 floors of the building were being renovated and were like completely gutted, and it was nighttime. And like no one was in the building, so we went there and we just had 3 floors of empty, dark office building to run around with each other. And
Okay, that's pretty great.
It was really fun, but also even though it was only me and my friends, it was still terrifying.
It was like playing Man with the Golden Gun. Like
Yeah.
it's just you and your buddies. But ooh.
Yeah, it was creepy. And so that
How many guys
was,
played?
There was like 4 or 5 of us, I think.
So you guys had enough gear to go. So you had a couple sets of the gear.
Yeah.
There was one person who just had to sit in a chair.
But that, yeah,
Are we done? Is it my turn yet?
yeah, just an odd number of people means either there's one gun sitting off to the side or there's one person sitting off to the side. Yeah, I think bowling for me it seems more universal.
Yeah.
It like everybody can bowl, everybody can enjoy bowling. There's way more social time.
Yeah.
Like because you're only spending a few seconds actually bowling and it's exciting in those few seconds, but then you get to go and sit back and hang out with your buddies.
Yeah.
Right.
Laser tag is from the time it starts, everybody is silent and on their own. The adrenaline is high and you talk about it afterwards, but there's no real social element during it.
A lot more physical at times too. Like you're having to run around and all that. And I don't always want to do that.
You get super sweaty.
Yeah.
Most places where you go where it's predetermined, they've got a fog machine going.
Yeah.
So it's not fun trying to breathe in that room.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's got like odd splatter painted like wooden triangles everywhere. Like the stuff to hide behind is weird. Like it was like
it's like they just bought a bunch of black light paint and then just Jackson Pollocked it all over the room.
It's almost like it was like the first pass at the American Gladiator set. They were like, we can't use it for that, but let's do laser tag inside of it. Plus the lasers, they just light up. So you don't get to see like a laser beam go.
It's
And
kind
that's
of
the
hard.
Oh, I've seen the newer ones. You can see the laser beam.
You can see a laser beam.
Oh
so if
yeah.
somebody misses
That's why they have the fog machine. The fog machine exists in there so that you can see the lasers shoot through the air.
You can, but not really.
That said, considering the times we are living in, I think bowling wins this hands down because maybe not a great idea to start handing kids guns and saying, here's your game for the afternoon. Go shoot at each other.
Fire at one another. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to bring things down, but we've watched the news today, literally today.
Yep.
I feel like the thing about bowling is that everybody's terrible at it.
Yeah.
There's no like one person who's really good.
Like one alpha among your friend groups that's just going to take pride in shooting everyone.
So you're really just going for the fun of almost every group of friends. Everybody will be like, oh, I'm terrible. I'm going to be the worst at it.
Yeah.
But I also think secretly, every time I go, I'm like, maybe I'll roll a 300.
Oh, I'm like, maybe I'll roll a 100.
Yeah, that's more.
Yeah.
I either start out really with a game of bowling. It's every time there's no middle ground. I start out terrible and then get better by the end, or I start out great and get terrible by the end. There's no consistency whatsoever.
Well, that's one of the great things about it too, is it doesn't matter. Like, it's even like there have been times where like by the time you're on your second or third game, other buddies are stopping by the bowling alley and you're like, hey, bowl a frame for me. I'm going to run to the bathroom. Yeah. Like, it's not even, there's no, unless you're on like a league and there's money involved or trophies involved, like, for us, it's just like, no, it's just the fun of doing the thing.
What if it's laser tag? You have to wait so long to go in.
Yeah, if you're late,
he's like, "Do you want to?" No, I'll go while I'm in there.
Yes,
I don't care. I'll find a corner. It'll keep people away from me.
Yeah. Also, if you're late to laser tag, you'll be like, it's cool. I'll see my friends in 45 minutes.
I will say one advantage laser tag has, and I don't know if they still have this, is the training videos. They're like, okay, warriors. Like, they try to set up some weird. The spaceship's in trouble. You got to go get all those bad guys. The lizard people are here. Shoot them with your lasers. Hurry. The galaxy needs you.
Oh my God.
Line. Nuts. Then you go in. I wish bowling had that.
Right.
Hurry.
All right, warriors.
Yeah.
Here's how this works. There's 3 holes in this big heavy ball. See those 10 aliens down at the end? They're just gonna stand there. And then if you knock a few of them over, a machine's gonna lift the rest of them up in a scary alien way.
I want to add to this real quick for a bowling alley. Do you prefer like an old school, looks like it was built in 1960 and hasn't really changed much? Or do you like the new school where it looks like the party that the Doors go to in the Oliver Stone movie where they meet Andy Warhol and that's happening all around you, but also you're bowling. So you're seeing like a guy eating a chili dog in reverse and somebody hammering a nail up their nose and a portion of The Outsiders is playing on screens while you're bowling. What do you prefer?
I mean, you're kind of selling me on the description, but I think in reality, there's something charming about the old places, I think. I also have a theory that every bowling alley still has that old Simpsons arcade game.
Oh, with the 4 stations?
Yeah. Every bowling alley, I swear.
I always like the little arcade part of a bowling alley. They're like, you need a break? Here, play Big Buck Hunter. Right. And you're like, all right.
Go cruising USA. So how to drive around San Francisco.
Exactly. Hey, do you like the Addams Family? Do you like pinball? Do I have something for you?
You're going to have fun. Also, I like the new, the newish, the stuff that shows up on your screen when you pick up a spare, where they have like a little, some company was paid money to make small animations between a bowling ball and pins to show what happens when you bowl a strike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They are, look, art is subjective, but they're bad. And they look like they were made with whatever software existed before they made Clippy, the Microsoft Office.
It looks like you're trying to make a bowling alley animation. May I help?
But all that being said, we're saying bowling over laser tag.
Hands down.
Asked and answered. Anna Giffen.
Hi, Anna.
I thought it was Griffin. I had to look at it 3 times, including now having copied it. Belt or suspenders?
Depends on the outfit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like everyday casual life, belt.
Of course.
But
suspenders are a statement in casual everyday life.
Yeah. But when I wear a suit or something, I'm going suspenders.
Do you do clips or buttons?
Clips.
Yeah. I had buttons put into a pair of pants.
Yeah.
Just because I like suspenders I like that sort of look. But then what it does is because it's on the inside, sometimes if your pants are a little tight or it just kind of flips the top of your pants inside out. So now you're like rolling the top of your jeans like Britney in 03. You're like, well, all right, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I like the look and the feel of suspenders, and I do feel they do a great job of holding my britches up.
Yeah.
If the pants are way too large, suspenders, like clown pants,
Yeah, sure. The clown pants we all wear.
Suspenders.
With like a hula hoop is the waistband.
But seriously,
I
if
mean, you don't
something,
have a choice on
even
that
if it's just a couple inches too big, you try to cinch a pair of pants with a belt, you kind of look like a hobo with the thing like poking out the top.
I'm dealing with it right now.
Because you're losing a lot of weight right
in
now.
the last 7 weeks, I've lost 25 pounds.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I bought jeans back in May
Uh-huh.
that fit at the time and now are too loose, as is the belt that I got to hold them up.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish I had suspenders, although they would look like clown pants then, because there's still
Yeah,
extra
it
Yeah.
seems like it's still not gonna, like, is that really still ideal though? It sounds like you need to get some alterations done there.
Well, yeah, look, I think you need to get some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I should tail it. Like, get them taken in instead of getting new jeans.
I don't know. Were they expensive jeans or like Target jeans? Just get a new pair.
No, when you're my size, you have to go to Casual Male XL, where they're like, everything's going to be expensive in here, big guy. Yeah, I know what socks are like at JCPenney. You're not at JCPenney. You're here. You have no other choice. You'll pay what we dictate the market here.
Is this a brick and mortar? Or this is online.
This is brick and mortar. Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk in and they're very helpful,
Yeah.
but everything costs more.
Sure.
Even
Fun.
the prices are big.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about your slogan, sir. It doesn't seem like a great way to get people in the door.
Part of me wants to wear suspenders with my jeans, but I feel like I'd look like a Charles Durning character. Unless
Yeah, suspenders with jeans is especially when the suspenders are like just like
Yeah.
thick elastic.
Yeah.
You're like, you just look like a MAGA dude going to a county fair.
Yeah.
Like,
And it turns your pants into a backpack in a way. Like the rest of your body can't keep them up. The only thing that can do it are these straps.
yeah, you look like a firefighter.
Yeah.
Firefighters have those great big pants. With the big thick,
no shirts.
and no shirts.
They're always on all my calendars, that's how
Yeah.
they're dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's weird? I got that firefighter calendar. None of them wear shirts, and there's no phone number to call for when I have a fire. Like, it doesn't tell me what to do. There's no instructions on it.
That's
It's
just-
almost like the calendar's just for the pictures.
Yeah, that seems unsafe. Like,
Yeah.
they need to do their job. They need to put that number on the calendar.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
just bad business.
Right?
And not one Dalmatian.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought those things were everywhere.
Weirdly, the Dalmatian on my calendar wearing a shirt
that is weird.
Yeah.
And a belt,
and a belt.
but no pants.
Yeah, no pants, just a shirt and a belt. Like, tunic style, like he's doing a shake. Did you ever have like the Shakespeare, like when I was a kid, if we would do a Shakespeare play, it was always just, all right, everybody's wearing, girls are wearing tights, boys, you can do tights if you want, or sweatpants. Just get a great big t-shirt, put a belt over it. That's like the classic look of, this is old timey. Get a giant t-shirt, put a belt over it. Like, yeah, tunics.
I thought you were doing a sheet with a belt. But just a giant shirt.
Yeah.
Like one that's for an adult and you're a child.
Yeah.
So it hangs low.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
If you wanted to
get
make
it
it look real tunicky, you would just take some scissors down the front about 4 inches and run a shoelace through the front, like right by the collar. Oh yeah. Then it's super, then that's when you're doing highfalutin Shakespeare.
I want to see a show like that, but at Carnegie Hall.
Right.
That's
Right.
the level.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins
Oh my
coming
God.
out with a shoelace and a torn up t-shirt.
Or like, or like doing the Christmas pageant and it's just a hand towel and a, workout headband. Less,
Yeah, it's belts.
yeah, it's belts.
That's an answered. All right. Amy Schneider.
Hi, Amy.
Amy wants to know, what is the best position to sleep in?
I discovered this recently. If I sleep on my side, I don't snore.
Yes.
Um,
Just discovered this.
well,
How recently?
I had to be told this.
Uh-huh.
And
You
so,
didn't know you snored.
no, I knew that I snored sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I recently in the morning got you were really snoring. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
dang it. So then now I turn to the side and snoring's not a problem anymore. So that's my pitch for it.
Do you snore?
I think same boat where I think occasionally, my wife will inform me of it sometimes, but not either. I don't do it as much as I think, or she just is good about not complaining about it. I'm not sure which it is. But I think I tend to be a side sleeper also. Definitely not on my back. That's all I get very uncomfortable on my back quickly. My back starts hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Why are the choices? It always seems like the choices are, do you sleep on your back or your side? I'm like, am I a weirdo that I sleep on my stomach sometimes?
Jennifer will sleep on her stomach with her head to the side. So it looks like somebody punched her out.
Well, that's what you have to do. You can't like just sleep on your stomach with your face down into the mattress.
No, but I just want to lay out, but like arms aren't out to the side. They're like straight down. Or aren't like, cause sometimes you'll have your arm, you'll be like resting your head on your arm if you're on your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is arms straight back. I mean, it does look like somebody.
Like somebody just
It looks like
punched her
somebody
out.
knocked her out and she slid across the floor. and another time, my in-laws were visiting and I went into the bedroom to grab something. I didn't realize my father-in-law was in there napping, but same position.
Mm-hmm.
And I,
It's a family
I was
thing?
like, wait, is something wrong? And then I was like, no, I know that pose. I know that sleeping pose.
That's
Now
so
I
funny.
see where it comes from, the hereditary line of it. But I can't, stomach is wildly uncomfortable.
I can do it for a little bit. I'll toss and turn plenty every night.
Yeah.
So I'll give the stomach a little bit of some go time.
You give it a shot.
Yeah. Middle of the night, Tony's just standing up on the bed. He's like, let me try this. Your wife's like, what is he doing?
But side sleeping is definitely the best. I'm a snorer as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if I fall asleep, I'll do the thing where I'm like, and then wake myself up, which is really bad.
Yeah.
I use a CPAP
Mm-hmm.
for snoring, which you can still snore with a CPAP on. I found out through my wife. Didn't know. But side sleeping is definitely more comfortable.
For snoring, but what about for the spine?
And that's a mattress thing.
Is that a mattress
If you
thing?
have the right support, then your spine stays,
Yeah.
you're properly aligned.
I think
Whatever.
I don't know if it's necessarily the best then, but the politest sleeping position is on your side, right?
No, the most polite is legs crossed in your lap with the napkin draped.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And you have a note on your chest that says, "Wake me if you need anything."
Yes. I'm so sorry. Terribly sorry.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Full butler gear. Small bell at your side.
Yes.
Like if you go to bed before your wife, like if your wife's out and you go to bed before she does, just put like a Post-it on your head that's like, "Hi, hon, if you need anything, just wake me up."
Not murdered.
Yeah,
Just
not
put that
murdered.
right there.
That's what Jennifer needs. Not murdered. Didn't slide across the floor post anvil hit.
Doing okay.
You know what is great that is kind of this in reality is through all my touring that I've done, have been to Japan several times, and if you sometimes fly an actual Japanese airline, when they come around for like the drink service, or if it's a long enough flight, you get a meal, and if you happen to be, at least appear to be sleeping, they put a note on the seat in front of you that's like, "We came by with drinks, but you were sleeping and we didn't want to wake you." Like, obviously I'm paraphrasing, but they're like, if you would like anything, just let us know.
I love that because I always feel so cheated if I've like kind of doze on a flight and then I wake up and I look and the drink cart has just passed me and I'm like, "What?" I'm the jerk that full on hits the bell overhead. I'm like, "Yeah, I was asleep when you came by about 90 seconds ago. Can I order now?"
They welcome it in Japan.
Yeah, they're trying to help you.
I got to fly first class for the first time ever about a year ago, and they have little stickers that you just put on your tray table that say like, "Wake me for the meal." "Let me sleep through the meal," or I don't remember what the third one was. "Punch me when the meal gets here." I don't know.
It's like a Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah, exactly. They bring the sword by with the meat on it, and you just slide the meat off that you want.
The third one is, "Please put my hand in warm water." It'll be hilarious.
Yeah. Draw a penis on my face.
United.
Tickle my nose with a feather after putting shaving cream in my hand.
Classic.
What was the question?
Best sleeping position.
Sleeping position.
It's side.
It's side.
Right. I'm also going to add for personal side, hugging a pillow.
Sure.
Full body pillow's great, or like just a regular size pillow.
I just a regular size, but it's become such a thing for me that like if I stay somewhere else and there's only one pillow, I'm like, oh, and I like have a even harder time falling asleep.
You punch up a towel. Or it's not the same
Yeah.
because hotel towels are the roughest, worst towels.
Oh yeah.
And also, if you're doing that in a hotel room, like, housekeeping comes like, housekeeping, oh my goodness, there's a man curled up with a towel in here. I don't know what's happening. I'm calling security.
We've got another towel lover in 404. Get him out. Yeah, side sleeping. And hey, hug a pillow.
Yeah. If you
can.
want. No pressure.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
a little bit pressure.
little pressure.
Do it.
Put minimal
Goodness
pressure.
sakes. Don't
Don't squeeze the pillow.
Don't make it something
Yeah.
you're going to get around to. Do it.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Hug a pillow. Kurt Smith. Best way to cook a hot dog. 3 choices. Grilled, boiled, microwave. Not microwave.
Well, I don't know. Microwave.
Boiled? You don't like boiled hot dogs. You'd rather put it on the
Boil. I don't think boiled wins either.
Yeah. Do you like a char? Is that why?
I don't mind a little bit. I don't want I'm not one of those guys that wants it all, crispy.
I like
black.
a crispy blackened like hot dog off the
You don't
barbecue.
like grill line. You want it to
I think it's preferable to have like the nice grill lines for me. But I don't mind like a charred one. I'm like, every once in a while, those are fun.
If it comes off looking like a piece of, like a thick rope of licorice, you're okay with that.
As long as there's meat on the inside and it's just like a thin layer of that.
It's
just the whole thing's been charred all the way through.
There was air inside, sucker. You got
Dang
fooled.
it. Oh.
Yeah, that's the greatest trick. The Deverell. Never mind. I messed it up. I had a whole thing. I lost it.
You had a small.
The Deverell.
You have a whole thing.
Do you guys believe in the Deverell?
I think he went down to George Roll.
Yeah. He was looking for a soul to streel.
I don't like. I feel like the charred stuff I always want to peel off to get to the hot dog inside. My mom would boil them, but I do like a grilled hot dog if it's grilled well.
I'll say this: I go at Dodger Stadium. I will bypass most of the hot dog stands to find the one. They even say like you can tell which hot dog stands at Dodger Stadium have grilled dogs because they're the only ones with a crowd. All the other hot dog stands at Dodger Stadium, you can just walk right up and order. If you want one of the grilled ones, there's always a line.
Okay, they're pulling them out of like a bin of water.
Because people want the grilled ones.
Yeah, no, I mean the ones with the other ones just.
Yeah, they're just pulling them out of a bin of water.
Do the rollers like they have at 7-Eleven? Do those count as a grilling?
Hal, did you just add 7-Eleven roller to the list of ways to cook a hot dog?
Some places have those too. Some stadiums have those.
I think
also.
so. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I am right.
But I don't know if stadiums have them. I feel like that's what you see at like the Little League park.
Are you saying Aramark is the same as 7-Eleven? Mark, please.
Like the place that's going to have hot dogs on a roller is also the place that's going to have the Pepsi sign that's also a clock and a menu with movable letters. You know the one I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I have a Pepsi clock and a Mountain Dew clock that I got at the Pasadena.
Like a flea market thing?
Flea market.
Oh,
I got really
those are
into,
awesome.
Like, I thought, one day when I have a home, I'll have like an area where I can hang these. One of them lights up. I think the Mountain Dew one lights up.
Yeah.
And the Pepsi one doesn't, but they're those like 1970s, 1960s clocks.
Yeah.
Because you were born with your father's man cave mentality.
Yes. Yeah. I just wanted a man cave. Well, a human cave. I think we can all appreciate.
A what?
Find a human cave.
Human cave, sure. Yeah. I don't mean
we can all appreciate
a rec room.
The rec room.
But yours is just like Doc Brown's place. It's just clocks everywhere.
And that one giant amp.
That's it. Well, I'm building a robot dog feeder. I think it's the only thing. It's the centerpiece of all the clocks that I have. I have the one with the cowboy legs.
Yeah.
Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd.
I grew up having the Charlie Chaplin with the legs, or not the Charlie. I had the Charlie Chaplin and I had the Elvis with the legs swiveling.
Hal's currently watching an RC Cola clock on eBay right now.
Oh man, I'm gonna snipe.
Is that why your phone keeps dinging?
Yeah, that's it. I'm very excited. We're down to the wire. Only 5 days left. Anything can happen.
Oh my god.
Those things are great though. Yeah, it's grilled. It is grilled.
I don't know. I want to make a quick argument
For microwaving?
for microwave.
Why?
Specifically because when doing it at home,
as opposed to when you go to a restaurant, they microwaved it.
well, no, like at a ballpark, you're going to get a good grilled dog, or like, I'm not going to boil hot dogs at home.
I thought you were saying microwaving it at home is better than when it's microwaved elsewhere.
Right. But at home, the microwave, you can cook a hot dog in 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Literally 25 seconds.
Right.
That, if you are in a rush, and you're like, I just need something quick. I just need to grab a quick bite before I run out the door. like the speed of a microwave. But this comes back down to like microwaves in general. Does the speed supersede the quality?
I have a different question.
What?
How often are you getting ready to leave the house and you're like, I'm really hungry. Let me just throw a hot dog in the microwave real quick and eat it.
You'd be surprised, my friend. Where
I?
there's times when I'm like running around and I'm just like running home to grab something like I didn't eat yet today, or you just grab one and grab something and go. You know what I mean?
And it's a hot dog?
Yeah.
How often is it a hot dog?
Frequently.
Out of
Because
100 times, how many times is it a hot dog?
15,
Okay.
20 maybe.
All right.
Because here's
That's a
my
lot.
thing, because I've got my low carb diet, I get these like no carb tortilla wraps, and I will throw a couple hot dogs in the microwave, 40 seconds, pull them out, wrap them up in the tortilla, walk out the door. Like I just need like a quick bite.
Just like Mom used to make.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is a hot dog at Pink's that is wrapped in a tortilla, that is called the 3-Dog Night, that if you ever order it, I hope you don't have anything to do for the next 2 days.
Is that bad?
Oh, it is. It is 3 foot-long dogs.
Wow.
I should have known there were going to be 3 hot dogs in it when it was called the 3-Dog Night.
Yeah.
You were surprised by that?
Yeah. It's a burrito, but inside the burrito is 3 hot dogs, chili, cheese, and bacon. And that is it.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it is delicious. A delicious, delicious nightmare.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to go to the bathroom just from you mentioning it. I feel it in my system.
But I think grilled. It's got to be grilled, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's like
Classic.
for campfires, for, yeah.
All right. Next is Matthew Birdsey,
Mm-hmm.
who asks, liquid or sheet fabric softener?
I'm a pod guy myself.
I think the pod's the way to do it with
Does
the
it
liquid.
does it have the fabric softener in it? Like a Tide Pod?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, the Tide Pods, they do. Like one of those little chambers, I think, is
Oh, it's a softener.
is a fabric softener.
I see.
Mm.
Yeah, it is like sort of a yin yang sort of design.
Yeah, right.
Now, old
There's a
school.
detergent and a
And
softener.
delicious.
Oh, it tastes good. Yeah. You started that, right? You were the first
That was your
YouTuber.
trend.
Yeah. I went
Such a
viral.
influencer. It was right after you had a spoonful of cinnamon.
Ugh.
Just everything, anything,
Yeah.
everything.
And after you were laying Jennifer Kelly Loveland style just on the ground.
Yeah. By the way,
That's what she's doing. She's planking in bed.
yeah. How's that thing going where you go into supermarkets and knock everything off the shelves?
Oh,
Is that no? You eat some of the ice cream. Is that the thing that
you name it. I'll
Wait,
do
is
it.
that a real thing that people
where
are
people
doing?
go? They're like, I'm gonna have some of this ice cream, and they put it back.
That's a
I didn't know
real
that
jerk
was a-
move.
Yeah, that is a
Something.
real jerk move.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else is a real jerk
I'm not
move.
in favor of it. I'm just reporting the news.
Here's a real jerk move that happens all the time is I got to put like some stuff in my hair. You see, you guy with a good coiffed hair on top of your head. You get the pomade at the Rite Aid. You open up the pomade and somebody has swooshed their finger through it.
Ugh.
What?
So many times I go there and I'm like, oh, I just got to get this little pomade. Hang on a second. I've been burned before. And I opened it up and somebody's just gone in the Rite Aid, swooped their finger through it and done their hair in the aisle of the drugstore.
Is it a specific brand that you notice it
no.
happens with more than others?
I'll tell you what it does happen with is the ones that aren't, shrink wrapped. And now more and more of the companies are shrink wrapping them for that reason.
As they should.
Yeah.
There's usually at least that kind of seal over the top of some brands.
Yeah, you'd
too.
think, but
yeah.
a lot of them didn't have it, which, yeah, guess what? Good job, the honor system.
What drugstore are you going to?
All of them. What? You seem
Everyone,
really
is that
skeptical of me today in
I'm
general.
just curious. So you've microwaved
Yeah.
your hot
How many,
dog and
yeah.
popped one in, and you're going because you have to run out and get your pomade.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if it's one place where it's happening. No matter where you go, because
No, it's Duane Reade, New York. It's Walgreens out here. It's Rite Aid, CVS, anywhere. Anytime I go in, I always check, and probably 3 out of 5 times somebody has put their finger in it.
That often.
That
Wow.
often.
Wow.
Until recently when they
gross.
started shrink wrapping more of them.
That's
Interesting.
so nasty.
Yeah, it's super gross. I know.
It's terrible. I don't know. I like sheets.
I like dryer sheets. I like dryer sheets because
On topic.
at least back in the day, to put the liquid fabric softener in, you had to time it right because you had to drop it in. That's why the ball that has the fabric softener in it is great.
Yeah, right.
And the reason that ball exists is because everybody would do their laundry and be like, Oh crap! 20 minutes ago, I was supposed to put this stupid detergent in.
Yeah.
I would go with liquid. I think the liquid works better, and if it's in a ball, I would say that. Something nice about dryer sheets, though.
Wait, was
They
this
don't make 'em as
specifically
soft.
fabric softener? Did I mishear this?
Yeah, liquid or sheet fabric.
Liquid or
softener.
sheet
I
fabric
totally.
softener.
I'm sorry. I said pod, and my brain
did.
just went detergent.
I thought, but those pods have fabric softener in them,
Mhm.
so
All
that's
right.
another option. But even that is a liquid. That would be
Yeah.
a liquid.
Yeah.
Dryer sheets come in super handy though, also for other things, like if you put a dryer sheet into a paper towel tube, then whatever smoke you blow through it smells like clean laundry. And you can get away with all kinds of things in the dorm.
Okay. What other?
You've never smoked pot, have you, Hal?
No.
Yeah. Smoke pot, blow it through a dryer sheet, and it won't make your place smell like pot.
And wrap your hot dogs in them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you can put a hot dog.
Yeah.
Some hot dogs. Then no carbs.
Not you too, Tony. I've already got Hal up my ass today. Not you too.
That's just better than what I thought you were going to use those dryer sheets for.
What? Oh, no. No, that's for coffee filters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Let me give you background. Our second episode
Yeah.
ever. Don't look at me like that
What?
with contempt.
I'm always looking at you with contempt.
We were talking about toilet paper. It was overhand or underhand, how you should hang the
Okay.
roll.
Overhand unless you have a cat.
Obviously. Even then, train your cat. And Mark mentioned that when he runs out of toilet paper, he'll just use coffee filters.
No, it's not when I run out of toilet paper. It's when I run out of toilet paper and then paper towels and then napkins and then Kleenex and then wrapping paper. No.
I am having a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All you got to do is crumple it up, open it up, crumple it up, open it up, crumple it up, open it up, and then it's just as soft.
God. And then dryer sheets would fall, I guess, after you've used them.
What's
Here's
that?
the thing is fabric softener doesn't do anything to clean it. It just literally lubricates the fabric to make it feel softer.
Yeah.
But I do like a sheet. I like the smell of them.
I like dryer sheets.
They're a little annoying because you'll have to find it afterwards. It becomes like a Where's Waldo.
Mhm.
Or the next person that uses you guys have one in your apartment, right?
Yes. Yeah, we
See, I don't have one in my apartment. So if I get down to the laundry room downstairs and open up the dryer to put my clothes in and there's a dryer sheet in there, I'm like, oh, sweet. Free dryer sheet.
I think they're single use. I don't think you're supposed to. I don't think.
Yeah.
Not supposed to. I don't think it does what it's supposed to do a second time.
You can use a tea bag twice, my friend.
That is not related at all.
Oh, right. I forgot. You're a gamer. Tea bag means something different.
Yeah, exactly. You can't squat over
No,
your
stop.
dryer twice
So what do we think?
after a sick drying session.
Boy, I'm pretty even. Like now that I understand that I heard it the right way.
The full,
Yeah, this is weirdly tougher than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm the same boat. I don't have laundry in my place, so there's a laundromat right down the road, so we go and
dryer
honestly,
sheets.
haven't really been doing either lately, which I feel like I should.
Yeah.
But
When you walked in,
if
we
I'm
were
being-
like, his clothes are super stiff.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're crunching.
Yeah.
They're clean but crunching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like I'm wearing a bag of potato chips. Yeah.
The whole top half of Tony is air. Unfortunately, most of Tony has settled to the bottom.
But I think, if I'm forced to pick, I think I
That's
like
the whole point of the show.
The liquid with the ball and
Yeah.
the liquid. I like that move. Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Liquid in the ball works. Liquid just having to put it in loose 20 minutes into the cycle sucks, but yeah. I'm with you.
So liquid in a ball. There you go.
Liquid specifically in the ball.
In the ball.
Yeah.
Asked and answered. Matthew, live your life that way now. Jessica Clement asks, you know what? Let's take a break. Jessica, hold on.
Hold on, Jessica.
Goodness sakes.
Go get a snack, go get a drink, and we'll be right back.
Yeah. After a word from some other Max Fun podcasts. For goodness sakes. Welcome everyone to the live wrestling spectacular in Los Angeles.
So far, the world's most boring wrestling podcast has been destroying the competition.
Isn't there anyone who can save us from this travesty? Wait, could it be?
It's Tights and Fights, the perfect wrestling podcast.
Tights and Fights is here to save us from the monotony of boring wrestling podcasts with hilarious conversations.
woke trips through the history of wrestling,
and joke about the finer points of people wearing spandex. What a match!
And the Tights and Fights podcast will be back every week.
Thursdays on MaximumFun.org or wherever you get podcasts. Please, these hosts have families.
Tights and Fights podcast. Tights and Fights.
I'm Riley Smurl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Smurl.
And together, we host a podcast called Still Buffering, where we answer questions like,
why should I not fall asleep first at a slumber party?
How do I be fleet? Is it okay to break up with someone using emojis?
And sometimes we talk about butts. No, we don't. Nope.
Find out the answers to these important questions and many more on Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages.
I am a teenager.
And I was too. Butts.
No.
Baby, you change your mind far too many times, over and over again, over and over again.
And we're back. Okay, Jessica, you've waited long enough. Thank you for your patience. You asked camping, tent or caravan? I assume caravan would mean like you sleep in your car or you have like a camper, not like a line of cars or the Dodge Caravan.
It is an odd way of putting it.
Didn't you have a Dodge Caravan briefly?
No, I had a Nissan Quest briefly.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, I think somebody named it Questlove, which is ridiculous because it's already a name that's taken.
Great name though. It's a good tribute.
Yeah. I would say, it is worded weirdly. So I would say in place of, caravan, let's say like camper. I think that's what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have, not really. I had never camped in my entire life until like 3 years ago.
What'd you think?
It was okay. Like, I enjoyed myself still, but it's not something that I find myself being like, yeah, let's go camping.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't opposed to it. And that we just did the tent thing for that.
Mm-hmm.
And done it a couple of times now, and it's good. I think I haven't really done the camper thing, but I feel like I would, if I'm being honest with myself, I would probably prefer that.
Yeah.
Cause I like a bed.
Yeah, it's like comfort or roughing it.
Yeah.
And you can get to all the same places. You can get to a campsite in a camper. You can, you got to drive into a campsite anyway. Yeah. I love tent camping. I just got back from a tent camping trip a couple weeks ago and it was wonderful.
What do you love about it? What do you love about the tent aspect? I know that being out in nature is great. Because what I read from you, Tony, was I enjoyed every part of it except the part where I had to be in the tent sleeping. Yeah. Is that accurate?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I don't, I'm very, I don't really sleep well unless I'm in a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And usually even my own bed. I got a little better when I started traveling for a living. Like, I got better.
Rockstar on the road, who only sleeps in his own bed is not going to get much sleep on a tour.
I was like forced to learn how to sleep other places, but still can't really sleep on a plane. But I prefer to, not rough it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you enjoy roughing it.
I do. There's also,
what do you enjoy about it?
For me, the idea of camping is, philosophically, the idea of camping to me is, can a group of friends take what is a blank space and turn it into a self-sustaining community where there is food and shelter, that will last however long the camping trip is in a beautiful environment. So I love the going and setting up the tent. It's like it feels like being a pioneer and building a town, and like somebody's duty is to go chop firewood and get it all ready for the big fire that we're going to make. Someone else is prepping a meal. Then 3 or 4 of us are off helping each other set up tents. So you are building a community. Even if it's only 2 people, heck, even if it's only 1 person, it just feels like self-sustaining survival in its purest form.
Let me hop in on that for just a second. Because you're not building this isn't like Survivor.
No.
You're not like you brought like.
You have everything with you.
Food.
Yeah.
It's like I brought some Somebody brought
Right. Well,
some
yeah, I mean, it's-
steaks, and I have a bag of Doritos.
No, we're not
It's like you have to
actual
figure out-
pioneers.
Yeah.
We are, but it's the most reasonable, comfortable comparison to that.
Yeah.
I think the winner of this is tent camping, because otherwise you're just in a house that moves and you can go anywhere.
That sounds great.
Yeah. But that to me is like, that's not really camp. Like glamping isn't camping to me. Camping is like, and I've done it before a lot where, one group has a camper and then the rest of everybody else has tents. And that's nice because then you can go in if you need like, if you want to use like, if you need running water or if there's something inside that or if a bear comes, you can all pile into the camper, you know?
Yeah.
But, as far as just like straight up camping goes, there's something about just a backpack with a tent strapped to it that you can turn into a home like that. And that to me is what camping is. Otherwise it's RVing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I understand.
All right.
And yet.
All right. What do you two indoor kids think we should let
Well,
win
that's
this
the
one?
thing is I'm not like, if all those things that you talked about, if you put me in charge of all that, disaster.
Same.
Yeah. Well, but you're not campers though.
Yeah, I would have trouble sleeping in a tent because I'd be like, for sure, a snake or bear.
Yeah.
Or they will team up. Like I will be attacked. I'll just be slaughtered in the night. A squirrel, any of them will come get me. Those things have rabies.
And if a squirrel happens to get right in front of where your lantern is outside your tent, you see like just this giant shadow. You're like, huge squirrel.
If a bear were in my house sleeping in my home, I would be upset because that's not where a bear belongs.
Yeah.
A bear has his home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sleep in the bear's home.
Well, then you don't want to go camping.
You're right.
But for camping, a tent is better. We'll get you, Hal will get you a hotel. We'll all go camping. We'll get you a hotel in the adjacent
Hampton
town.
Inn where they serve breakfast.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Tony, we'll put your bed in the caravan camper.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Great.
I like the idea of an RV for that reason of being able to travel, like having a home, but being able to travel anywhere to experience places. Cause I don't feel the need. I understand the accomplishment of setting up a tent and being able to do that anywhere. To me, that's not something that's important to me. So I'm more interested in doing I'd love to hike. I don't mind. I'll swim in a lake. Happy to do it. I'll sit around a campfire for a while, but when it's time
And
to
then go
sleep,
back to the Motel 6.
I want to be comfortable. To be able to do it right there, to be able to just climb into a place that's air conditioned and has some comfort to it, I like. I'm not a roughing it person.
Well, but you, like when you sleep in a tent, you put an air mattress in it. It's not just a sleeping bag on tree branches. Like we had the last time we went camping, we had an air mattress that was about a, 1.5 foot high, and you get in it, and it's just like sleeping, on any air mattress.
When I was a kid, when I was like 15, I went on a teen tour of Israel, and part of that was going to Masada, and it's out in the desert, and you're supposed to climb Masada. You just walk up like a series of steep ramps to watch the sunrise. So at night, there's a light show that tells you the story of how the Israelites took back the mountain, and it's got voiceover like, we will take it back. No, you will be destroyed, just by lights. And then we stayed with Bedouins. They were our hosts. So you're in a tent, sleeping on a couple of blankets in the desert on lumpy sand. And I remember it vividly because this is the worst night's sleep I've ever had. I got maybe 2 hours of sleep for the night and then got up and walked up a damn mountain. I don't want to be in a tent. You had it easy.
Then you don't like
grass
camping.
Sleeping. I was out in the desert.
Yeah, with Bedouins.
And camels. You hear like at night.
What you're describing is day 9 of Brendan Fraser looking for the mummy. That's not what camping is here. It's going to a nice campsite in the mountains and pitching a tent. If you're camping, it's a tent. That's my thought on it. If it's not a tent, it's glamping, and that's a different thing.
How do you feel about that?
Again, I understand.
You understand?
I understand your thought, but I think like if I'm personally picking, you know what else I like? A shower.
You like a shower?
Yeah.
Do you like a shower?
Yeah, I like I feel like both of you, for listeners, you can't see this, but both of them are just staring at me right now, waiting for me to acquiesce, I'm not going to.
I just want a counterpoint to that. Because you stay, like, how long, what's your longest camping trip? How long?
Most campsites have showers, or many campsites have showers. Right. And if they don't, they have a deep enough river and a swimming hole or somewhere. And, you can also, a camp shower is just it's like a big
bag of water,
that gets solar heats, and there's a nozzle on the bottom. So there are, like, you can get cleaned up. It's not like you're just getting dirtier and dirtier. It's tent.
You say so.
Yeah.
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered. All right. Barb Hackey has the next one. Friend of the show.
Barbs.
Silverware in the dishwasher. Tines up or tines down? Those forks specifically.
Nope. All those spoon tines.
and plate tines.
All those plate tines. You have those Ninja Star plates, don't you? That just have little spikes poking out of them.
Yeah, half of them are embedded in the wall of my apartment right now. We just pull them out when we want to eat. Much more convenient.
Could you imagine how terrible that would have been for De Niro in Godfather 2 when he picked up the plate? It just just stuck in the wall.
Or The Odd Couple.
Yeah.
Now it's a shuriken. When I was a kid, a friend of mine had throwing stars. I don't know how he got them.
He probably went to Tennessee.
He would throw them into his wall and stick them into his wall in like a nice suburban home.
Yeah.
Bigger than the house that we lived in at the time.
Were his parents divorced and trying to outcool each other?
No. They were married and pleasant enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
And just, I guess it was okay. He was the youngest kid.
What did he have? Did he have the basement? I'm trying to.
He was like the youngest of three, I think, 3 or 4. So
did he have the basement all to himself or something like that?
No,
or just
he had
a regular bedroom
upstairs. It's a nice bedroom upstairs, and he would throw stars at the wall, and it didn't seem like he was trying to be coy about it. He was like, "Yeah, you can just throw them at the wall over there, and they'll stick in."
Were there holes all over the wall?
Yeah. There were holes from it.
He's a lawyer for ninjas.
Yeah, he's a lawyer for ninjas.
Do you know how hard it is to be an ambulance chaser when it's just quietly through the night?
Did the hollow reed they gave you to breathe through while you were hiding in the river have holes in it? Call me. I'm a lawyer for ninjas.
Oh.
I can get that money for you. Yeah, it was really, really bizarre. But I put tines down.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually I have to grab whatever's in there.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I'm living like a peasant because I don't have laundry. I also don't have a dishwasher.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't have a dishwasher.
Yeah,
that's the weird thing about all
that
this.
is really weird.
So
but you have an amazing bed in that tent.
And a shower.
4 posts and a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have lived places with the dishwasher, and I want to say, yeah, I think I go tines down. Just for but there's part of me that feels like up. It seems like maybe they'll get washed more thoroughly, but I don't know. But yeah, I think I go down.
I don't think that's. I don't know that would be the prevailing thought, right? Is if you put the tines up, they'll get washed more. But the container that they're in is generally just like not mesh, but it's It's got a bunch of holes in it, so that's getting.
It's a basket, as well. So it's getting through the basket.
There's no area where silverware or a dish can hide from water in a dishwasher. Right. It is literally everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it necessarily makes it any cleaner.
No.
And the chances of you poking yourself are increased exponentially. Even
one reason
drying, I do handle up.
Yeah.
If I put it in a drying rack, if I hand wash.
Yeah, I mean, all the big utensils, that's where the hole is for hanging it up, is on it would be, useful side down. Yeah. I will say one argument in favor of tines up that I enjoy from what I did have previously in places. I would go tines up because it would let me see where in the rack the different types of silverware are. So it takes less time when you take them out and sort them. If you're grabbing a bunch of handles that look identical and then you just have a great big handful of silverware and then you kind of have to play that mailroom sorting thing to put them all in their little trays. Mm-hmm. If you've got them tines up so you can see here's a big clump of forks, here's a big clump of spoons, here's a big clump of knives. It's, I think you save a very small amount of time.
I was going to say, how much silverware do you own?
Yeah. I own 600 forks. 3,000 spoons. So
That's a lot
I
of
just assume it's spoon
Yeah.
every time I touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not load them in a specific way though? I grew up with a mother that was like, I would do like big fork, big spoon, little spoon, knives.
Are you talking in the drawer or in the dishwasher?
In the dishwasher. Well, drawer as well.
In the dishwasher, they just kind of all get tossed into wherever.
Yeah,
I take a second to think about it then and I go, all right,
Yeah.
I know where I want to put stuff. So when I go to unload it, I just go boom.
See,
boom,
that's
boom.
why for me, I would go tines up for that. So visually I would see, but also for me, I think tines up, you can fit more.
Can you?
Yeah. Because
I see,
because the tines part is larger. And it's going to look like a bouquet. Like if you put a bouquet of flowers, you can't put a bouquet of flowers in a vase, petals down. You know what I mean?
I mean, you could.
It would look like Tim Burton's house.
We've been expecting.
Yeah. But there's more room for it to sort of have that blossom out. You can fit more tines up.
Yeah. And with your silverware collection.
With my giant massive silverware collection. Yeah. Luckily the spoons are all the same. They all stack. They're forming most of the floor in this room right now. You can't see it under the carpet.
My feet are been stabbed clear through 4 times during this episode.
Yeah.
Showing enormous restraint.
A lot of people don't know Soundgarden Spoon Man.
Yeah.
That was Mark.
That was me the whole time.
Yeah.
I still think tines down though. I think if you need to watch that many,
like
forks
reaching,
that you can't fit them in the container, you have larger problems.
I feel tines down for reaching in. Like that's the thing. And even aside from just forks, if you're doing anything like, you don't want to put knives in blade up. You know what I mean? Like anything that can poke you, like, you're always supposed to hand someone something via the handle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I feel like for that reason, because the handle is there and easiest to grip. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are only really 5 kinds of utensils you're putting away. So it's not like the mystery of what goes where is going to happen.
What are the 5 utensils you're putting away?
Butter knife, dinner fork, salad fork, tablespoon, teaspoon.
Okay.
What you got against
Is that
the spork?
quiz? We have 4 sporks that we keep separate. One of them is a Doctor Who. It's a sonic screwdriver handle.
Do you really?
Yeah, that
amazing.
I love to. I use it to eat broccoli because then you can scoop up the small pieces and stab the big pieces.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm a genius. I'm a broccoli genius. You were all ready to make fun of me, and now you're.
I wasn't ready to make fun of you. No, when you said 5 utensils, I guess my brain considered silverware one utensil, like, and then I was thinking, what are the other ones like? Spatula, tongs, like, and I started thinking, if I could only use 5, what would they be? It would have to be rubber, or if I could only use 2, rubber spatula and tongs in the kitchen. I think that would be
like
my
a rubber spatula.
Yeah.
The silicone.
Yeah.
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 Silicone.
I'm with it.
That's right.
All right. So it's tines down.
Yeah.
Tines down.
All right.
All right. We have 2 more.
Thanks, Barbs.
This is the one that you will not do.
Yeah, I won't do it.
You sure you don't want to do it?
100%.
I'm going to show it to Tony just so you can see.
No, it's gross and not us.
That's the one he doesn't want to do.
That's a weird one.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a weird one.
Somebody wants to know. More than one person has asked this, by the way.
Gross.
That is
Skip it.
true. That's true. Anyway, Josh Coyle asks. These last 2 are by Josh Coyle.
Thanks,
It's
Josh.
2 for us. 2 for Tuesday. It's Sunday right now. Roller skates or inline skates is the first one. This one seems pretty easy.
What are inline skate? Is that rollerblades?
Yeah, like rollerblades.
See, that's funny. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, and then the emphasis becomes different because you go roller skates or inline skates. And then you go roller skates or roller blades.
Okay. Then roller skates
Right?
or roller. I think the
Do you go roller skates or roller blades? Doesn't work.
Rollerblade is a brand. I think that's why.
Yeah, inline skates.
And this person is not into your corporate games.
I wish that wasn't a brand because roller blades is a great name.
It is a great name.
Yeah. And what do you guys think?
I don't really have experience, if I'm being honest. I've never inline skated, and I've barely roller skated it. And then let me tell you, the few times I have, I'm real bad.
Fell over a lot.
Yeah.
Were you like holding onto the wall and hand over hand?
Definitely when I've attempted to ice skate, I've been that way.
Sure. Same, yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't even tell you the last time I attempted to roller skate. But yeah, all I know is I was not good, and it's been a long time. So I don't know if I can answer this.
Have you ever inline skated before?
No, never.
You've never inline skated?
No.
How about you?
So these seems like they fill two different functions to me.
Mm-hmm.
Roller skates to me are for parties. You know what I mean? Like you're going to a birthday party. I went to a roller skating party not long ago, or roller derby. Like it's an event. Roller skating happens in a roller skating place. Like it doesn't seem to extend much outside of that. Inline skating was how I used to travel around Chicago when I was in college. Because I could just sling them over my shoulder and I could get from Lincoln Park down to the theater quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So it does feel a bit like the weirdest apples and oranges because they're almost identical things, but they're used for two totally different functions, it seems. For me, anyway.
I think roller skating had its heyday in the 70s for sure, 70s and then 80s as well. And then the rollerblade came along, the inline skate, and kind of changed the game. So people would roller skate. You'd see people, like little kids, roller skating around the neighborhood. But now with inline skates or rollerblades, it became exercise, like more.
Yeah.
Like
and transportation. Because they could go so much faster.
Transportation. And for me, I liked them more because I played a lot of street hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to play on those, you felt like you were in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
And roller skates definitely feel like they belong only in a roller rink, especially now.
Yeah.
And I do want to give a shout out to the one person at every roller rink who's really good at it and nobody seems to know that much about, but shows up every day and is like skating fancy around the circle, except for the couple skate when they are forced to the side to sort of sit down and take a breather.
There is one of the performers at Universal Studios, one of the Fuzzies, is I did not know this until I went to the roller skate rink in LA, for a birthday party. I saw him there and I was like, oh, hey. And then I saw pictures of him lining the walls. And then I saw what he could do out on the roller rink. And he was like, yeah, this is just my hobby. It's like quietly his hobby while he goes to work as a performer by day doing other things. But he's secretly this amazing, roller skatist.
Interesting.
So wait, you say he's a fuzzy?
Mm-hmm.
What does he do?
I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to. It's like saying, no, but tell me, how does Santa Claus work again? I'm just going to say he's a fuzzy and leave it there.
That's not fair.
That's really unfair.
Why?
Who are some of the notable characters I might get to meet who are actually those characters at Universal?
Some notable characters unrelated that you might get to meet at Universal Studios Hollywood are SpongeBob SquarePants, Woody Woodpecker, Fievel Mousekewitz. You know, all those classics that they have walking around the park.
I love that you got like a scamp of a bird.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite wacky sponge. And essentially like, I'm a late 19th century Jewish immigrant. Just come to the world and I was separated from my parents at Ellis Island.
It is amazing that they still have Fievel at Universal Studios.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Fievel's walking around. You know who else is walking around or was while I was working there for a long time? Until way too late, until like 3 years ago. He might still be there. Crash Bandicoot.
Really?
But like OG Crash Bandicoot. And Shrek. Shrek is the big one. Everybody wants to meet Shrek and Donkey and Fiona.
Everybody loves Shrek.
Yeah. For a while, there were the Marvel characters, but right before Disney bought them.
Which of those characters that you can meet who are actually those characters, would you say if you got one of them out on a roller skating?
I'm not going to tell you.
Who do you think the best skater was?
I'm not going to tell you.
I bet money it's Shrek.
Yeah, you going Shrek? I was going to go Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah, that was my first thought too. And then I was like, no, it's got to be Shrek.
Yeah.
Right? But maybe it is Woody Woodpecker.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's Fievel Mousekewitz.
I forgot that was his last name. By the way.
Yeah, Mousekewitz.
We use Swedish on our shoes to get around.
That's not what he sounded like. That's what he should have sounded like.
So, for the ability to travel quickly.
Right? Was it SpongeBob?
I'm not telling you. For the ability to travel quickly and the fact that it does exist more outside of the rink. As fun as a roller rink is.
Yeah.
Can we say that the speed and versatility and transportation abilities of inline skates give them an edge?
I'll give you that because
Sure.
I got nothing, so
yeah,
I'm going with the pack on this.
I think that makes as much sense as Crash Bandicoot skating around. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Is Casper there? Is Casper at Universal?
All I'll say is
Is that all you're going to say? Is that all?
No. All I'll say is, I don't even know how if you were wearing roller skates, how they wouldn't totally be rusted from being wet all the time.
Echo the dolphin. Skating around.
And you know what?
What?
Sometimes when I go roller skating, I just wear a t-shirt and a bikini bottom.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Dang it, Hal. All right. Then I'm not going to tell you.
Fine. It'll just be a mystery no one will ever know the answer to. Josh also asked that this is our final category. That's right. Fruit salad. Melon. Tasty or just filler?
For me, it's filler.
Filler.
It is filler. And let me say something else, Josh Coyle. What do you do with fruit salad? Get that out of there.
Fruit salad's delicious.
I want each of the individual fruit. Then it just tastes like some weird,
you're crazy.
Fruit.
Fruit salad is delicious.
Do you agree with me?
I'm kind of with Hal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm taking fruit salad and I'm going camping.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. If you put strawberry in there, everything's going to be strawberry now. Put an orange in there, everything tastes like whatever the most dominant fruit flavor is.
But if you have all dominant fruit flavors, because melon will soak up whatever garbage.
Yeah,
but
I love watermelon. I don't want it. When I see it in a fruit salad, I get sad.
But like berries, pineapple, banana, strawberry. My mom puts pecans in her fruit salad, and it is delicious.
Sure.
Like, I love fruit salad.
Not a big fruit salad guy in general, yeah.
But melon fruit salad is, if I think I'm going to get a good fruit salad and I get one of these BS melon fruit salads, I am so angry. I'm like, ugh. I really gambled at this Denny's thinking that they were going to give me something with, there's one pineapple and one blueberry and like 8 honeydew chunks.
Well, there you go.
Regardless of whether you like fruit salad,
the melon is filler. We all know it.
Mm-hmm.
Asked and answered. All of these things have been asked and answered. We did it.
Tony Thaxton, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
This was a treat.
Real fun.
Everywhere people get podcasts.
Everywhere.
You can download Bizarre Albums.
Correct. All the places. They're all there.
And where should they follow you? Where do you want them to go?
Let's see. You can follow me at Tony Thaxton on both Twitter and Instagram. And then the podcast is at Bizarre Albums on both of those things. And, there. And then the Motion City Soundtrack, big reunion tour starts on New Year's Eve in Chicago.
Very cool. Where are you guys playing?
The House of Blues.
Awesome.
And it's sold out already. So if you're looking for tickets to New Year's Eve,
go to StubHub.
Too bad.
Yeah, but there's plenty of other tour dates for the next month or so after that. So
are you playing Philly?
We are playing Philly.
Where in Philly are you playing?
I believe the Fillmore, but don't quote me on that.
I promise I won't.
If I find out you quoted me on this, oh my God.
You will never find out that I did it.
All right.
Which I definitely will do. When I go ice skating with Elwood Blues. Oh yeah, wait, is it the car that they come out of?
Yes, it's the car. But instead of 4 tires, it now just has 4 inline skates on it.
It's that teenager, that cartoon with the teenager who turns into the race car.
Oh,
what cartoon is that?
Teen Racer?
Titan?
Teen Racer?
No.
Oh man, if that's true, if you're like, it's the one with the teen that turns into a racer. What's that called? Teen Racer?
Turbo Teen. Is that what it is?
Turbo Teen, yeah, something like that. Paul F. Tompkins recently
Man, you guys
tweeted
know
the
some deep
video of the
cuts.
kid turning, which he pointed out hilariously is a very slow transformation that looks painful. It does not look like he's enjoying it at all.
All right, I gotta look
as he
this
turns
up.
into this car. Anyway, these topics are all settled for all time. We know there are so many more.
That's right. So please reach out to us on Twitter at We Got This Tweets. Check out the Maximum Fun subreddit, or
you can email us at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com. Go to our Facebook group. Talk about all these topics with us. Facebook.com/groups/We Got This Podcast. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, our listeners, for giving us a chance to sit here with Tony today and talk about all kinds of things and eliminate one of them. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this. It was SpongeBob.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.